So hi, guys.
Hello.
I understand, Edgar, you tried to do like a pub crawl back when you were younger and weren't as successful. That's kind of where some of this movie came from. When did it, and so how did that come into tying this movie into that?
I think it came to us during the Hot Fuzz press tour. I was thinking about this script that I'd written when I was 21 about going on a pub crawl as a teenager. And that script definitely just did nothing more than like glorify drinking it. Then I thought there was something kind of maybe more interesting in the idea of adults going back to try and recreate their glory years. And so that's when this film came about.
And so you won in with Sean and Hot Fuzz. You obviously had different kind of genres you were messing with. How did the decision come about to bring in this kind of sci-fi invasion type aspect?
It felt the most logical choice, really. We came up with the idea first, and you know, the whole notion is when you go back to your hometown or where you grew up, you have an odd sense of alienation because you see alienation. You get it?
Now he
It's
gets
the
it.
first time I've got that.
And it just seemed to be the correct or the most applicable genre we could use in this instance. We didn't, you know, set out to make a science fiction. We didn't think after, oh, let's make a science fiction now. It just happened to fit that genre for this film. We always start with the story, really, with the exception perhaps of Sean, because we wanted to make a zombie film. So that was kind of it, you know. We figured, what's that thing when you get when you go home? You feel like it's really familiar, and yet you feel like you don't belong there. And that obviously led to the word alienation. Alien nation. A nation of
They get it, they
aliens,
get it,
if
they
you
get it,
will.
they get it, they get it, they get it.
Alienation.
Do you get it?
Okay. I want to get to the comedy, but before that,
He just got it.
Edgar, as much as you've made comedic films, you've also made a name for yourself as kind of an action director as well. So do you like where that evolution has taken you?
I feel like I should have like wind blowing my hair at all points, and if everybody I'm sure like Michael Bay probably has like a wind machine just off camera.
Sorry.
There you go. I do think of myself as an action director, yes. Thank you. Yeah, I do think of myself as I love action, and I think maybe when I used to make films when I was a teenager, I think I used to gravitate towards comedy because I thought nobody would take me seriously. I could see these two laughing just out of my highlight. It's very distracting. I can't perform with these two. Sir, they put me off. I do like doing action. I'm a big action fan. And it was really fun getting these guys to do the action scenes in this one. Even though we'd done some action in Sean and Hot Fuzz, you know, we wanted to make this the most kind of elaborate and realistic as well. There's lots of uninterrupted takes.
Yeah.
And I think what's really kind of fun with that is you can really see the performers are doing it.
Is it would you say this is more challenging from like a physical standpoint, making this movie than Hot Fuzz, where you're doing a lot of
Yeah.
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 I mean, but there was a lot of running Hot Fuzz as well. But it's
There's more
part of
choreography
it,
in
you
this
know.
one.
Yeah, there was a lot more choreography. You know, those fight scenes, I think it took us about 4 weeks to kind of get in shape and to learn it and to work with Brad Allen, who was our stunt coordinator. But it's fantastic, you know, you get to go to work with your mates and hit things. What a lovely job.
Were you channeling anything in building
Yeah.
the rage with the
Yeah, I
bar
was.
stools? And,
All those horrible dweebs who picked on me as a kid.
So with the action in this film, was it very scripted in terms of how you wanted to make it more free, like the long takes and everything like that?
You have to plan those things with military precision. You make like a stunt tape, you know, video where the stuntmen have done it first, and then sometimes the actors will be in that as well, and then you work to that because it'd be very. If you came onto set and sort of improvised those scenes.
Yeah, were
would
you
take-
guys like
People
were you
get hurt.
scripting that from the beginning when you guys were first writing the script?
Yeah, I think I sort of the description of the bathroom scene, for instance, in the script is very close to what we actually shot. You know, I think it said something like action is fast, brutal, and intense. I think it said.
When we write the action beats in the script, I usually let Edgar take that on board himself because he, you know, obviously has an idea of what he'll be shooting. So I'll say, all right, Edgar, you write this bit, and I go off and, you know, flirt with my secretary.
You'll be on the. You'll probably hit the abscisizer in the office.
I hit the abs, so I'm leaning on the desk and go, "Hello, Penelope," and Edgar's typing away on all the action stuff.
Okay.
That looks nice. Yeah, you're beavering away, aren't you?
Yeah, he's doing it. But if there's like a
Drinking
particularly,
espressos.
heartfelt bit of dramatic dialogue, as an actor, I write all that stuff.
With lastly, this is the third part of your Cornetto trilogy, the Blood and Ice Cream trilogy. What would you say is like the unifying theme of the three films? I'd say friendship certainly comes to mind.
Friendship, absolutely, and in different forms. Sort of like in Shaun of the Dead, you've got like a broken friend. Well, no, I guess you've got like a.
It's a codependent friendship in Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, it's kind of about friendship, between guys as much as anything, and but there's also the idea of facing off against a collective force. The sort of struggle of the individual. There's the idea of growing up and perpetual adolescence, having to make a change in your life in order to win the day, whether it be sort of becoming more responsible to be Shaun and Shaun of the Dead, or becoming slightly dumber to be the action hero Nicholas Angel becomes, or being Gary and having to let go of the past. So, and also they're all set in the UK. They all star me and him and various other people. There are lots of unifying factors, but they all exist separately as films. You never really have to see all three, but if you do, there are treats in there for you.
For sure.
You don't have to see seen Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz to enjoy The World's End, but you also don't have to have seen any other films as well. You don't have to have seen, I don't know, Runaway Bride or The Knight's Tale to enjoy The World's End.
I mean, it helps.
Yeah,
Oh, with those two, it does.
Well, you do have to see
Oh,
Runaway
okay.
Bride.
four weddings at a funeral.
You have to
You've
see
seen
four
two
weddings.
weddings, but not four.
All right. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Nice to
you.
see you again. Well, for the first time.